Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. We're really excited you guys could join me today. I have a collab with Jen from TheJenFiles on YouTube, and I'm so excited to be doing this with her. If you are familiar with her channel or my channel, you guys probably know we're a little bit obsessed with MAC. We both have a lot of it in our collection, and we're trying desperately to use through our products, especially the older products, things that we don't use as much. So we thought, let's do this together and we'll do a collab with MAC makeup only. I'm so excited. I have some items here that I'm really pumped to use, and I went through my stuff and I thought I knew what I was going to do, and it turns out that I changed my mind a little bit. It's not like a set in stone type of rules type thing, but we just wanted to keep it casual and just do something together and also get use of our products. So I will leave Jen's information down below so you can check out her channel. She's such a wonderful person. I really like her videos because I feel like you're just sitting and chatting with your bestie and talking about makeup. And honestly, in my real life, I don't have a lot of people that I can go to Sephora or MAC store with or whatever and say, hey, did you see this new palette that came out? Let's go swatch it and be excited about it. I don't have anyone really in my life like that, and I feel like people in my life, I have quite a few supportive people. They enjoy my makeup looks and they love what I do at Halloween and things like that, but they don't understand why it costs so much and the sheer value of makeup, and don't want to give it as a gift because it's well, you have enough already, that kind of idea. And I totally understand because they don't get it. But I guess I would consider my obsession with makeup if someone had a video game obsession or shoes or purse obsession, that kind of a thing. And no one questions those really, but with makeup it's kind of do you really need that eyeshadow? Do you really need that blush? Whatever. For me, it's yes, I do. I totally understand that some people just don't get it, and I can't fault anyone for that because I mean, I'm sure I've thought that about something in my life that someone else was interested in, so I'm not at all offended by that. I guess I've been obsessed with makeup for so long, but now I've accumulated a lot of it, and I think her and I we use a lot of MAC. We definitely just use a lot of MAC, and I truly love the brand. I love what they stand for. I love that they include everybody, and it just you hear a lot of YouTubers have started out at MAC, like Jaclyn Hill and Patrick Starr, and they started working at MAC, and plenty of YouTubers probably still even work there. So I mean, it's just a brand that's the good old brand. You know it's going to be tried and true. You know it's going to work. And I know because there's so much stuff out there, not a lot of people are ooh, MAC is the next best thing. I have to have everything like it used to be. But I feel they're severely overlooked. And it's unfortunate because I truly love the brand so much. I have so much MAC stuff. You guys know I have so much MAC stuff in my collection. I've always wanted to work there. Unfortunately, they never wanted me, and I'm really sad about that. It breaks my heart every time. But Sephora did, and I worked there, and I'm so thankful for that. I got a lot of experience there, and they were really, really supportive there. But MAC has always been in the back of my mind. It's something that I've always wanted to try in my life. I'm just rambling. You guys know I'm a talker. So we're just gonna go and talk about the makeup. I do want to mention though one thing. Obviously my hair is very different, so I recently changed it and I had one hell of an experience. It was probably the worst experience I've ever had getting my hair dyed, and I will share that with you in my hair chronicles. I wanted to get that up before this one, but it's taken me a couple of days to acknowledge what I went through, and yeah, it was just a big experience, and it triggered me a lot, and I'll explain all of that stuff to you guys in that video. But just look forward to that coming out. I hope you guys watch it. I know my mental triggers are not going to be the same as other people, so please be kind if you're watching that, but I just want to bring it to your attention. Of course, my hair is no longer red, and that's the big change. If you're thinking what is different, that is the big change. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I've selected 4 different items and I'm really pumped to use these things. I'm going to talk to you guys, I think, about the blushes first. So I have selected 2 blushes. I was going to do a bronzer as well and I decided against it. So instead of a blush and a bronzer, I'm doing a blush and a blush. So I've decided to use, this one is the, I can't remember, some kind of a collection with that, there's like the water droplets that they look like they're actual water on the packaging, and it's just so pretty. And I tend to not grab this because I love the packaging so much and I don't want to empty it because it's so pretty. But I think like time to cut the cord and get use of your stuff, because you're spending more money on packaging like this than you are on packaging like this one, and you're not even going to use this one. That's ridiculous. So this one is called See Me Hear Me, and it's an extra dimension blush, and it's very beautiful. It's so pretty. As you can tell, like I've used a lot of it. Like you can see that the lot of the top part has worn off because I've used it so much. And this is the color. I'll try and swatch it. I do have a bunch of swatches on my hands already, but look at that blush. And I feel like that is a really nice color for like all year round. It's just really beautiful. It's almost like a peach, like a soft peach with like a hint of a peachy gold iridescent. It's just so beautiful. And in the pan, it looks like, for me, it looks a lot more like mauvey, but on the hand, like on my skin, it just looks a little more like peachy. So my goal is like going to be 25 uses for this blush. I was originally going to choose 1 blush and do 50 uses, but like Jen is going to be, I think, doing a similar thing in her video. I don't 100% know if she's stuck to the items that she chose when we last talked, but I'm so excited to see her video. I cannot wait. I hope she does like do some things like she mentioned she was going to, because it gave me the idea to like break up the blush. Like instead of doing 50 uses on 1, I'm going to do 25 uses on 2 each. So this one will go for 25 uses, and I'm like really excited to use that because I haven't used it in forever. And then the next one is called Hushed Tone, and it's also an extra dimension blush. And it's got that newer, like it looks like that newer embossing on the top. And you can see like I have worn some of that away as well, but it's very obvious that it's like clearly I haven't even made a dent. I really need to use my blushes more. This one is a lot more like bronzy coppery. You can really see that shift. And in my mind, I'm thinking maybe this is a little bit more summery. Like maybe I should use that for the summer. But my mindset is like I do want a warmed look. And it does like flash like pink. I don't know if you guys can tell that in the camera, but it definitely is like a beautiful like shimmery soft pink color. And so I think like they're kind of similar. Really, they're really similar actually, but they have enough difference. Like this one is a little more satin looking, this one's a lot more like glossy shiny looking. And I have a couple of other blushes in my other projects right now, and slowly throughout the year I want to bring a few more in, because like for 2022, oh my gosh, 2022, you guys, where is the time going? I want to actually use my collection not like to pan or completion. I want to go through everything and just see what I think and what I like and get to know my collection better. I have swatched everything, I have used everything at least once, but that's not enough. To have as much makeup as I do and use it once and then put it back, that's not enough, and that's not like doing it for me. So this year is going to be about getting the use out of my projects, or out of my, I guess, my products and my projects. The next item that I have is my Hyper Real Glow from MAC. This is a highlighter palette. It's a trio, and this was in Flash and Awe, and it has 3 different highlighters in it. And honestly, they're perfect for the fall winter time. They're legit perfect. I will just swatch them on my fingers and you guys can see. I think all of those will be really, really nice for matching my skin right now. You can see it really has a glare. It almost looks the same, but when I tip my fingers down, you can see it goes from like lightest, medium tone, and then like the deepest. So I have a feeling this is gonna work very, very well. We'll see if this will go. Maybe you guys can see that. I really hope that worked. But yeah, from like the brightest to like the mid-tone and then the deepest one, I really feel like all of these are going to work on my skin no matter what shade I am. If I put on a tanner, like a, what do you call those, like a self-tan thing, I don't use those very often, so yeah, I don't use them at all. I don't use self-tanners at all, but I would like to try them. And I think that even if I decided, say in December, if I want to look like I went out of the country and had a beautiful vacation on a hot summer beach, and I wanted to do my self-tan, then I think these still might work. But I know for a fact they're going to work on my winter skin shade, and that was like the most important thing for me, is to select something. So as I should have said in the beginning, Jen and I have decided to start this on November 7th. So obviously the date that this is uploaded, that's the day we are starting. And we're going to go up until February the 7th. So just a couple months of, you know, just collabing and like, you know, using the products that we truly love from MAC and stuff that we want to get use out of. And then we're going to update once on January the 7th. So I'm really excited about this because it's not like a super long project. Even if I don't meet my total goals, because I do have blushes and things and other projects, I'm not going to be mad at myself because I got the use out of my stuff, and I'm going to make sure that I get use out of my stuff. But I'm not beating myself up at all on any of my projects, like starting now, like starting October until like the end of 2022. It is about using my stuff and seeing what I like and deciding like, is this right for me in my collection or not. And Jen agreed to, like, I think a couple of months, so November, December, January, February, 4 months is like a perfect amount of time to use a couple of things and see what we feel like, and is this something that we want to keep. Again, there's not going to be like any strict rules if we want to switch our stuff out even before we do our update, like totally cool. Really, it's just something that we wanted to do together, and I'm so excited again that like she agreed to do this with me because she's a gem, and I highly recommend, please go check out her channel. It's below. The last and final thing that I have in this project, so I have 4 items total, nothing too crazy, but again a lot of beautiful MAC items, is my self-made palette. And this is something that I've accumulated a lot of MAC eyeshadows over the years, and I've tried to compile them with one side. So these are like double-sided. I'll show you what the palette looks like. They are double-sided, and these are the items that I will be using. Aren't they gorgeous? They're so beautiful. Oh my goodness, these colors, you guys, are so beautiful. And these are all the like the shimmery, like, I don't even know what you'd call them, dazzle shadows. They're like those really fun, beautiful shades that give off so much sparkle, and they just have so much texture. They're like toppers almost, and I need that in my life. I'm just a huge fan. Ever since I dyed my hair, which was only a couple days ago, like this color, I feel like I've toned it down a lot again. When I had my bright red hair, I was like, give me all the color. And now that I've gone back to a more neutral shade, my makeup is a lot more neutral. And so I want to bring that color back in my collection and back into like my projects and my shop, my stash, and what I'm using. So I thought this would be the perfect palette to bring out and just like drape it all over my face. Like I just can't wait to put this on. So it has a bright yellow. Oh, I was telling you guys about what I did with these palettes. So one side is usually neutral. Sorry about that. One side is usually neutral, and the other side usually has a theme of colors. So it could be cool tone browns, and then the other side will be like grays and like taupes and that kind of stuff. And then one side will be warm browns, and the other side will be like mauves or purples or reds or like cherry tones and stuff like that. It's just things like that. And then I have another one that has like neutral browns and like all my greens and blues and that kind of stuff. And then this one is just sort of like the more colorful, like this is like the pure Jen palette, like something that I would definitely create. I love reds, I love maroons, I love pinks, I love peaches, I love topper shades and shimmer tones and texture, and I love like this bright yellow. Like, it's just so beautiful. Like, how gorgeous is this yellow? Oh my gosh, it's so stunning. Of course, I feel like yellow is it just looks kind of chalky and drab when you swatch it. But when you put it on your eyes, I highly recommend using a base that's a little more bright, like something that's like, say, a soft beige or a vanilla shade, or like a bright white like an undertone or base, so that when you apply the yellow on top, it just pops. That's sort of my thing, not the subdued, like swatched looking yellow. So if you see that yellow on me, you're gonna know like there is a base underneath it, so that brings that brightness to the forefront. And then of course there's some other, like I'll show you a couple of swatches of some of the other ones. So here's another one. You can see that it's got like a ton of, oh, it's just so beautiful. It's got so much shimmer and sparkle to it. This is the coppery shade. It's so beautiful. My hands are just full of eyeshadows. There's like a greeny one with like a shift of peachy orange. There's like this beautiful like purpley mauvey one, blues, purples, greens. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. And then of course, like my absolute favorite side of the palette, which is the red side. Can't open this. There we go. It looks like this. Just absolutely beautiful, so gorgeous. Oh, all these are stunning. So this shade right here is actually in one of the other palettes that I own from MAC. It's a pre-made palette, and I think it's like one of the art library ones. I can't remember which one it is right now, but it's one of the art library ones. And this is like such a beautiful shade. It's like a blue that shifts with the red. So gorgeous. I don't even know how I'm gonna swatch this. I guess that's a good swatch, but you can't really see the blue hint on it, but I can in person. But on the screen for me, it looks like just brown, but in person it's like a cherry, almost like a brownish cherry red with like a blue shift to it. It's very beautiful. So I'm really excited to use these shades. I'm just like over the moon. I never bring out my MAC eyeshadows for some reason. I'm always like, save them, and I only bring them out for special occasions. I'm so tired of that crap. In my mind, I think I never do that, but in all honesty, if I'm going out to the club or something like that, you best know I'm putting my MAC eyeshadows on, because they blend the best, they look the best, they always have the most opacity. I just feel like other eyeshadows are really good too. Don't get me wrong, I love a whole bunch of other eyeshadows, but MAC is always got my back no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm going. I know the look is going to work out when I use my MAC eyeshadows. So I don't ever worry. I just trust. Like, I just grab a palette and I don't care what eyeshadows I use. The colors are always great. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use this 50 times. So that gives me like, so that's 4 months. There's holidays and stuff in there, so there's Christmas, there's New Year's, my birthday, all that kind of stuff is like within those 4 months. So I'm excited, but I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. This is supposed to be a really short intro and I tend to like talk all the time. I'm really chatty, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please again, go and check out Jen's channel. She's so wonderful. Again, you will have so much comfort watching her videos. It's like just sitting there and hanging out with your girlfriend and just going through makeup and chit-chatting, and she's not like over the top, and I love that about her. I love it that it's not like too much, and it's like, yeah, it's just so comforting to watch her like I'm just chilling with a friend. That to me is like the funnest thing, is to just chill with a friend. And so I know you guys will love her channel, and she's got like a lot of use on her stuff. Like, she's got a lot of use on her stuff, and she's going through her makeup right now to like see, do I want to keep it? Is this something I still enjoy? How many uses before I get rid of it, kind of thing. So it's really interesting to watch that stuff. I highly recommend you do. And then I think down the road she's interested in getting new stuff, so I'm sure you guys will see all of that on her channel. So go ahead and give her a thumbs up and check her video out and subscribe to her channel. I would greatly appreciate you guys doing that, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye everybody!